Welcome back, moms. This is session 6. The props that we need today is going to be lovely. We're going to start and finish in basic relaxation. So I have a blanket for my head, folded up. Of course, that could also be a pillow. I'll put that at the top of my mat. And I have a bolster or whatever you're using, whether that's pillows or cushions. That's going to go about 2/3 of the way down the mat, perpendicular. It's going to support the backs of the knees. And then a second blanket to open up and cover up with. And then I'll have a strap off to the side for a little bit later on. Okay, so right away we're going to get into our basic relaxation. So this is a restorative pose. We'll start and finish the practice like this today. Open up my blanket before I lay down. Coming on down to the mat, probably have to adjust the props a little bit. If the bolster is not at the right height to support behind the knees, you can adjust that. Legs can be nice and wide if that's comfortable for you. Laying back, maybe having to adjust the support underneath the head. Nice thing, if you're using the folded blanket, you can begin to roll sides of the blanket around underneath to support the base of the skull, almost feeling like you're laying the back of your head into a bird's nest. I like that kind of analogy, you're picturing that. And if you like to turn your arms underneath your blanket, they can rest away from the body, or the palms flip up towards the ceiling. If a little different position feels comfortable for you, you can. Of course, baby could be here, relaxing on your chest, if that's what you're practicing with today. Do find length in the back of your neck, so tucking the chin down towards your heart center. If you're comfortable closing your eyes, might gently flutter your eyes closed here. Forgetting about everything else if you can, focusing on taking care of yourself right now. We're going to open with a couple minutes of silence. Let your body be heavy, supported by earth, supported by your props. If anything feels uncomfortable here at the beginning, do adjust. That might be wriggling around, taking away a prop, or adding another prop. into the room. Come back into the space around you. And back into your body. Maybe inviting some small movement, just to wake up a little bit more. So wiggle your fingers, wiggle your toes. You roll through the wrists and the ankles. Changing the directions of those circles. If it's reasonable in your neck and with the support underneath your head, maybe you want to rock your head a little side to side. You can keep the props as they are. We're going to move through a 3-part breath. I encourage you, if your hands are free, maybe placing one hand on your belly, the low belly, and the other hand up on your collarbones. I'll take my blanket down just so you can see what I'm doing, but you can keep your arms underneath your blanket. Inhale, feel your belly expand. And as you exhale, feel your belly fall away again. Next time you inhale, again, feel your belly expand. Then feel your rib cage going out to the sides. And as you exhale, feel the rib cage come back in and your belly fall away. Next, inhale. Feel your belly expand, the rib cage go out to the sides, and your collarbones lifting at the top. On the exhale, that reverses. You feel the collarbones fall away, rib cage come back in, and belly fall away again. And at the bottom of your next exhale, fully exhale, squeezing all the air out. So drawing the belly button down towards your spine. Bring your arms back off the body. Return to your normal breathing pattern. Now we are going to get rid of the props so we can move on our mats freely. You need to sit up to take the props off, but we're going to do that safely. I maybe didn't come down that right way. So you roll over to one side and then push your way up. Don't let those props get too far away, but off your mat for the time being. Okay, we're going to come back to those at the end. And returning to the backs. To one side, do have your strap nearby, and then rolling onto the back. Good. Pelvic tilts, to warm up the pelvis, move the pelvis. So I'm going to invite you to come into hook line position. So that's knees bent and your feet on the mat. Arms resting comfortably beside you somewhere. And exhale, pull your belly button down to the spine, imprinting your low back onto the mat. Inhale, push your belly away, exaggerate that curve in the low back. Back and forth with your breath, rocking forward and back with the pelvis. Remind you that you have permission to leave poses out of the practice or come out at any time. Honoring your body and your energy today, your thoughts and feelings. Good, we're going to finish with the exaggerated curve of the low back, pushing the belly away, ending the cycle. And then relax your back, bring your knees together, let the feet flare out to the sides of your mat. Sacrum release or constructive rest. This is a great place on the back anytime if you need a little rest. And hopefully you can grab your strap without hurting a shoulder or anything. You can get that easily. You are going to get the strap. We're going to stretch the hamstrings. Let's extend one leg up towards the ceiling, whichever one you'd like to start with. Catch a hold of your foot with your strap. If your strap or whatever you're using is long enough, allows you to slide your hands down and bring the backs of your arms to the mat, great. If not, don't worry about it. Have a look at your leg and your foot. So we want fight for straight with this top leg, okay? So that might mean taking it a little further away from your face. And is it neutral? Is the leg turned in or out? Is your foot pronating, okay? We want all that to be nice and neutral so you feel this hamstring stretch the back of the upper thigh here. Ideally, when you're feeling a hamstring stretch, just in the middle, the meaty part of the muscle, not up towards your seat. If you're feeling it up towards the seat, you know, back off that stretch and go just a little bit too far. The other leg is your choice. It feels nice in the back to keep the knee bent foot on the mat, but if you want to extend and stretch out that leg, you can. This is one that you can do every day, hamstring stretch. There's actually 3 stretches you could do every day, Westerners could do every day, and we're going to hit those today. Here's the first one, here's our hamstrings. Okay, one more breath on this side. So soften that knee so you can slide that second foot into the strap and release the first. And all those little same things on the first side, okay? If your strap's long enough, slide the hands down, let the backs of your arms rest. Head and shoulders for sure resting on the mat. If those are peeling off, you're going past your range of motion. If you had a really short strap and that wasn't available to you, maybe you prefer to take your hands behind your leg, or even if you didn't have a strap. Is that leg straight? Is it neutral? And then what do you want to do with the other leg? Is it different on this side? More or less muscular tension? More or less sensation? Good. Couple more breaths here. Feels so good today. Soften your knees so you can easily get your strap off and put that off beside you, out of the way. Nice. Maybe we'll give those legs a nice stretch, a little shake out, and feel a little bit more open, a little longer. Now permission to keep your legs long, or if you want to come to hook line or even the sacrum release, we're going to do something for the upper body, so make sure that your lower half is simply comfortable here. Arms alongside your body, your palms are either touching your mat or the palms might be facing your thighs. And decide which one feels a little more comfortable, more natural for you. We're going to inhale and you take those arms up overhead. And exhale, return them back down alongside you. Okay, keep going with your breath. Maybe the arms touch the floor when they go overhead, maybe they don't. As you do a few of these, we're getting a little bit more warmed up. And the arms are going overhead. Really stretch, reaching for that wall behind you. Make it a little bit longer if you can. Simple, but maybe not easy. If you have shoulder issues, maybe you want to make that movement a little slower or a little smaller. So next time the arms are resting alongside, you're going to pause there, let everyone catch up. The pauses, the white space between the poses, just as important as the poses themselves. Come back to hook line if you're not there already, knees bent, feet on the mat. Okay, we're going to cross the left ankle onto the right thigh. We're going to find a pure form of stretch. This is the second of the 3 muscles that I think you could stretch every day. That'll be all right. Actively push that left knee away and pull the toes back on your left foot. I'm going to give you 3 options. You can keep your right foot down. Maybe you like to lift the legs up and they can hang out there. It's a nice, little deeper stretch. If it's available to you, you can reach your hands through, take a grip behind your right thigh or in front of your right knee. But if the head and shoulders are lifting, I want you to back it off to one of those other stops so that the head and shoulders are resting on your mat. Good, releasing the hands to bring the foot down, uncross between sides, maybe some gentle wipers, slowly dropping your knees to the left and to the right. Mindful if there's back issues, going slower, even leaving this movement out if that doesn't feel okay. Back to center, so we get the second side, so crossing the right ankle onto the left thigh, actively pushing that right knee away and pulling the toes back on the right foot. Find your stop on the second side. Foot down, legs floated up, maybe threading through. Nicely done. Last breath here. Letting the hands go, bringing the foot down and across. Legs are hip width distance apart. Knees are stacked over the ankle. This is our first variation of bridge pose or hip lift. Okay, arms alongside you. Palms are touching your mat, or you might like to grip the sides of your mat. Really think about digging your heels in here. We're going to inhale, lift the seat up off the mat. Exhale, release back down. Dig those heels in, ground down through those feet. Good, last one here. When your seat touches down, go ahead, hug those knees in towards the chest. Maybe you like to rock side to side or circle the knees. You can stay with that variation or get a little stronger, isolate one side. You're going to do a single leg bridge. Okay, bring the feet back down. Back to the cross. If you remember, left ankle onto the right thigh. Okay, arms alongside you or holding the sides of your mat. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, lower back down. Two more, whatever variation you're doing. Good. Uncrossing there. Maybe we'll do the opposite of constructive release. Bring the bottoms of your feet to touch and knees fall out to the side. So in between here, doing a nice bound angle. You can bend your elbows, lay the forearms back towards the floor. Nice shoulder and chest opening. It's very important for new moms. Thinking about opening the shoulders and the chest. Leaning forward, holding baby. Feeding baby, bathing baby. All of those activities are going to shorten the chest muscles. Good, we'll draw those knees back up. Hook line position, across the right ankle onto the left thigh if you're doing the single leg variation. Otherwise, you're keeping both those feet down. Find the right arm position for you. When you're ready, inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Really feel your heels digging down. Two more. Good, and then uncrossing. Now roll onto one side and stay on that one side. I'm going to support my head on my arm or my hand. This, if you need to stretch out, you can. Stretch both the legs out though. Okay, top leg, we're going to bend that knee and take that foot behind, right here. Bottom leg, keep those toes flexed. We're going to lift and lower, building up the inner thigh muscles for 8. Good. 7. 2. And 1. Good job, release. Bend up that back leg a little bit more, that top one, sorry. Catch a hold of your ankle, your shin, or your pant leg, maybe it's your sock. And we get into a nice quad stretch. Bottom leg is relaxing. Nice hip flexor stretch. Beautiful, release that. Carefully make your way over to the other side. We do those 2 on the other side. Move Eddie Teddy a little bit out of the way. Stretching out the legs to start, and then bending up that top one to send that foot behind. Lift and lower. Pull those toes towards your face. 8. Dog. 2 and 1. Just enough work, right? Catch a hold of that top ankle, shin, pant, leg, sock, whatever. Enjoy a nice quad stretch. We're going to come up to our seat. We'll do another breath practice and move our spines in 6 directions. So releasing that. Push your way up to a comfortable seat. Left shin in front of right if you're in cross-legged, if that's okay for you. Okay. Alternate nostril, we've done this before. And it starts with the right hand, fold in the middle fingers towards the palm, pinky and thumb stay extended, and then turn that hand so your palm is facing you. I like to use that left hand to help support my arm here. You can do this with eyes open or closed. At first, a few breaths in and out through the nose as normal. Sitting up nice and tall. Feeling your sit bones on the mat, so not sitting on the tailbone. And when you're ready, blocking that left nostril with your pinky. Inhale right. Close right, open left, exhale. Inhale left. Close left, open right, exhale. Again, inhale right. Closing right, open left, exhale. Inhale left. Close left, open right, exhale. I'm going to let you go. I'm going to be quiet. So just going to keep repeating that sort of horseshoe pattern. If you feel stressed or breath hungry, let it go. Back to your normal breathing pattern. Try it again in a little bit. Next time you exhale out the right, that'll finish the cycle. You turn your hands to your lap, tucking the chin down towards the heart. It's a good place to open your eyes if you have closed them. We're slowly readjusting to the light. Good, and bring the gaze back up. And ask that you switch the cross of your legs, so right shin in front of left, or changing your leg position, whatever that is for you. We'll begin with the side bend. How about we bring the left hand down beside on the mat. Inhale that right arm up. Dropping the shoulder down away from the ear. Exhale, tip to your left. Check in that your right sit bone doesn't lift off the mat. So keep that rooting down here. Fight for straight with the right arm. You can push it back, gazing straight ahead or up towards your ceiling if that's reasonable in your neck. Good, inhale, get tall. Right hand's gonna go behind your seat, thumb point towards your seat. Left hand over to the right knee, sitting up nice and tall. Introduce that rotation to the right, the belly, the chest, the head. Last, gazing over your right shoulder. Chin is parallel with the floor as you sit up nice and tall here. inhale to bring your gaze back to center, unraveling from the top down. You can release the side body with a little side movement here. Hands out in front. There's a nice little place to stay in a forward fold. Some of you maybe want to go a little bit further. Even some of you might get your elbows down to the mat. Good, and then walking back up. Right hand beside you on the mat. Inhale, the left arm up. Check in with that shoulder. Exhale, side bend to your right. Checking in with that left cheek. It's staying down. Gazing ahead or up to the ceiling. Inhale, get tall, left hand behind your seat, thumb points towards your seat. Right hand is going to that left knee, twisting to the left. Good, inhale, gaze back to center, untwist from the top down, release the side body, a little side motion. And then we'll take those hands behind the back. Inhale, chest and gaze to face the ceiling. Gentle baby back bend. Good, exhale, come forward. We're gonna roll over those legs into tabletop position. I am in fact gonna go this direction. Tabletop. But we're going to come down to the elbows. First couple of moves, we're going to do down on the elbows. Give those wrists a break. What does that mean? We're going to be on the wrist later? Yeah, probably. Come down to those elbows. The last of those 3 muscle groups that I think you could stretch every day is the calves. So stretching that right leg straight back behind you. Toe mounds are on the mat. Push your heel away. Good, so we're lengthening and now we're going to strengthen. The right leg, you're going to lift and lower. For 8. Neck is neutral, 2. And 1. Good job. Bring that right knee underneath you, back underneath you. Extend the left leg for our calf stretch. Toes are curled under. Push your heel away. A little or a lot, whatever you need. All right, lifting and lowering left leg for 8. Two more. And there it is. All right, bring that knee underneath you. Come up onto those hands. Back to our right leg. This time it's going to be a bent knee for some donkeys. Keep that foot flexed and think about the heel pushing up towards the ceiling. So lifting for 8. My cheek always shakes as it's coming back down. So if that's happening to you, hey, you're in company. Good. 2. And 1. Out to the side. Hydrants lifting out to the side. There's 8. And 1. Place that knee down. We'll give you that wrist break. Push back. Child's pose. Knees wide or together. Maybe you like to roll out the wrists. Donkeys and hydrants. Second side. Let's come back up to tabletop position. Left leg lifted. Keep that foot flexed. We're lifting first the donkeys. 8. out to the sides, hydrants lifting. And one, good. Place that back underneath. Curl your toes under, roll back. We're going to come up to standing. Very carefully reversing a ragdoll position. We're going to work with our squat quite a lot here, okay? Feet are wide. It's going to be dynamic though, so we're not really holding anything. Actually, we are going to hold something a little bit. But first, dynamic. We're going to slide the hands down, come into a squat. Lift one arm and the other and stand up. Okay, 5 more like that. Two more. Very challenging. Good. Drop the arms. We're going to come down to the squat. Keep your right hand underneath your face. Inhale, sweep the left one up. Good. Switch to the other side. Left hand's coming down to the mat. Inhale, sweeping right. Don't hold your breath, but hold this shape. Good, bring it back down, straighten the legs, come back up. Good, give yourself a hug. Say left arm on top of the right. Good, squat it down. Good, stand up, open those arms up into tree. This time, right on top of the left, hugging with the other one. Come on down. Good, stand up, open up to tree. Keep alternating, which arm is on top, hug to come down. Stand up, tree arms, right? We're not in the tree balance. Good. A lot of squats. Good. Last one here. Open it up nice and big. Good. Now, we didn't do tree, but we are going to do a balancing pose, hand to knee pose, done in 3 phases. So reminding you, if your mat throws your balance off a little bit and you want to come onto the floor, or if you feel like you need the wall, okay? Hand to knee pose. Let's bring our hands onto hips to start. Shift the weight, foot to foot. Picking up the feet, the brain, okay. Something new is about to happen. You're going to keep all the weight into your right foot and float the left knee up. Here's a great place to stay, right there. If that feels like a challenge for balance, stay there. Or you might bring your left hand to the front of the left knee, catch and hold there. Find something to focus on. If you like, you can extend the right arm away from the body. That will make another level of challenge. More challenge, take that left knee out to the side. Good job, moms. And trying is the exercise. I think especially balancing poses, yoga are fun. Maybe you wobble, you fall out, have a laugh at yourself. Come back, try again. We are going to revolve this one. Bring that left knee back to center, cross it over, and then take that right hand to the outside of your left leg. Now here's a great place to stay, or maybe extending the left arm away. Maybe, maybe not. Good. Nice stretch on the outer side of the leg here while we're practicing our balance. Okay, come out of that better than I did. So backing up, but just as we went into it, pedal the feet out. I'm going to shatter the illusion that even teachers are perfect. Nope, we're human. Okay, second side. Let's bring with the hands on the hips. Shifting the weight foot to foot. Grounding down into the left foot. All the way going into there. Float that right knee up. Catch a hold of that right knee with your right hand, maybe. Remember, all those steps on the first side might apply here, they might not. Balance is different from one side of the body to the other. Good, staying here. Maybe taking the arm away. Maybe opening that leg out. I see you trying so hard, moms. Good, and then revolve. So bringing that leg back through center to cross. Other hand's going to catch a hold. Maybe extending the right arm away. Well done. And then all back to center, place that down, pedal it out. I said we're gonna do this in 3 phases. Know that you can always go back to the previous version. Second phase though, we're gonna use that strap. Okay? Remember which foot we started on. I think weight into the right foot. Strap carefully as you float that knee up. If you want to try for this variation, catch a hold of your foot with your strap. Okay? Why? It's hand to knee pose. So then we can stretch that left leg straight out in front. Okay? Maybe, maybe not. Right? Same options. Do you want to take that right hand off the hip and extend it? Do you want to take that left leg out to the side, opening up there? Make sure you're breathing. Good. Now you see why we didn't do this in session 1, right? We're slowly building back up. We are going to revolve this, bring that leg back to center. I'm going to switch my straps to the other hand, draw that leg across, maybe extending the opposite arm. Good. Back to center. We don't have to be there for too long. Carefully coming out of that. Please don't trip and fall using that strap. Okay. Second side. All right. Weight into the left foot. Strap around the bottom of my right foot. And I can extend that right leg straight out in front. We did warm up the hamstrings a little bit, but maybe there's a little soft bend in your knee because your hamstrings aren't ready for that. That's okay. Extending the arm. Maybe opening that leg up. When you're ready, if you want to try for the revolved expression, legs across, I'm switching straps to the other hand, extending my other arm out. Good, and then back to center carefully, softening the knees so you can take that strap off and pedal it up. 3 phases, I said, last phase. If you want, you can also do another round of either of those to be done. I don't even know how well this is going to go for me. I don't know if my hamstrings are ready for it, but hand to toe pose without the strap if you like, okay? So, back to that first foot, the right one. I'm thinking my left one just works, so weight into my left foot, I think. My peace fingers in my right hand, I'm going to try to catch a hold on my right big toe, wrapping around there, and then extending that leg out. Not bad. It's not perfectly straight, but I'm trying. The arm can go out. Can I open the leg out? Maybe a little bit. We've also warmed up into this, doing those previous variations. Are you thinking about that revolved part yet? I'm already starting to think about it. Okay, bringing it back to center. I do have to switch a hand. So I bring my left hand to the outside of my right foot, and then straighten more or less there. Extending the right arm. I'm not revolved the whole bunch. I don't have too far to go. That's okay. Good. Carefully releasing out of that. Even trying something gives you a lot of confidence. You feel like, oh, look what I tried to do today. What did you do today? Okay, second side. Weight into my right foot. Peace fingers, that left hand's going to try and wrap around my big toe. Hand to toe pose right there. Maybe extending the arm. Make sure you feel steady in one step of this before you even attempt to go to the next step. Good. We're nearly done our balancing sequence, moms. Good job. When you think about balance on the mat and off the mat, right, in real life, you're always kind of falling in and out. You're never quite there or not there for too long, and then you're out of balance. Okay, back to center. I'm going to revolve that. Switch into my other hand. Ooh, one more breath. Good. And carefully releasing. Oh, that's a lot of work. Paddle it out. Good job. Side lunges. Side to side might help stretch some of that stuff out. Okay, let me catch my hips here. Step to one side. Push the seat back. Shift your weight. Back through center. Over to the other side. Now you can keep doing this variation. If anybody's feeling this in the back, you keep your legs long and shift side to side. So keeping that step out of it might help take tension out of the back. Okay, go back to here. A few more. Really power off that foot as you're coming back. job. A lot of leg work, building the strength back up in the legs. Good. One more each side, I'll feel kind of imbalanced then. Good. And back to center. Feet quite close together, dynamic chair. Inhale, push the seat. Actually, let's go exhale. Exhale, push the seat back, arms come forward. Inhale, return back. Okay. Exhale, push it back. Inhale, straighten. Halfway through. Good job. How are your legs doing? Last one here. And straighten. You worked so hard today. We're going to go back into relaxation already, okay? That basic relaxation, if that felt really good for you, let's do that one again. So carefully come down. Place my head support at the top of the mat, my bolster. Baby can be involved here if baby's with you. They want to lay on your chest, or you simply want to pull their blanket up beside you. Okay. All right, carefully coming down, right? And cover up before you lay down, maybe. If you only have few minutes in your day to do yoga, do a restorative pose like this is basic relaxation, or we've done some side lying, we've done legs up the wall. Any of those ones add so much to your day and your energy level. Look at me, I'm rolling over to my side and then coming onto my back. 4 ingredients for the perfect restorative yoga pose. Warmth. We got our blankets on. I mean, socks and sweaters can stay on for this. Darkness, dim lights, or cover your eyes with something, but at least closing your eyes. Stillness, may be challenging if a baby is with you. And quiet, which again might be a challenge with babies practicing with you too. But thinking about those, if you want to set yourself up for the perfect restorative pose, you can implement those 4 ingredients. And creating that length in the back of the neck. I'm going to zhuzh my blanket up underneath my head. Feels so well supported. Arms can rest away from the body. Wriggle around. Anything that feels like 5% uncomfortable at the start is going to feel like 500% uncomfortable as you're here for time. So don't be afraid to adjust, make it just perfect here. And I'm going to leave you in quiet again for about 2 minutes. like to stay here in relaxation a little while longer, and you're able to stay right where you are. But for those that have to get moving, begin maybe wiggling your fingers and your toes. And turn those into the next bigger movement, circling through your wrists and your ankles. And if it works for you, maybe gently rocking your head side to side. Maybe bend up one knee, then the other. Roll my bolster down out of the way. So I can roll onto one side and cradle that fetal position, cradle your head and your arm or your support underneath your head. And lingering in that relaxation just a little longer. And when you feel ready, use your top hand, push into the floor, really help support yourself as you come up to your seat. Thank you, moms, for joining me on this journey. Congratulations, meeting through the 6th session. Of course, you can reuse these as need be, but more importantly, congratulations on your new bundle of joy. Have a great rest of your day. I hope you're feeling good in your body. Namaste.